their squads. And then there's the Marine Corps Uber Squad. Wade is outfitting a squad within Bravo Company, 1st Battalion, 6th Marines with suppressors, advanced hearing protection and body armor, next-generation night vision goggles, updated individual communication systems and M320 grenade launchers. Wade's aim is to eventually equip every Marine in the experimental squad with a suppressed M27. Until recently, the suppressors were only used on the 5.56mm firing weapons. Last month, Wade entered the second phase of the suppressor experiment, adding suppressors to the M240 machine gun, which fires the 7.62mm round. Suppressors are not a new technology. The first commercially manufactured suppressor was made in the early 1900s by Hiram Percy Maxim, son of the inventor of the first practical, fully automatic machine gun. Maxim also invented the car exhaust muffler. The Office of Strategic Services, predecessor to the CIA, used suppressors on pistols for covert operations. Snipers for various militaries used suppressors during World War II. During the Vietnam War, some U.S. troops used suppressors with success in firefights, said retired Army Major General Robert Scales, author of Scales on War, The Future of America's Military at Risk. Snipers and special operations personnel have used suppressors for decades. More recently, the Marines' 2nd Reconnaissance Battalion, 2nd Light Armored Reconnaissance Battalion and some line platoons with combat engineer units have fielded suppressors, Wade, a former scout sniper, said. Scales said a century's worth of ground combat study shows that the principal target acquisition, whether it's counter-sniper or repelling an ambush, is sound. There are virtually no instances where an ambushed unit actually sees the enemy, Scales, a Vietnam War veteran, said. Both sides shoot at flashes and sounds. And most firefights are at night. If a soldier's weapon is quieter than the enemy's, and the enemy can't see the muzzle flash, the soldier has the advantage, Scales said. That is a battlefield advantage when fighting poorly funded and trained insurgents or terrorists, he said. It is a necessity when looking at peer and near-peer adversaries such as Russian troops, who used suppressors when they fought in Ukraine. In the past, suppressors' drawbacks included extra weight and length on a weapon, limited service life of the suppressor, and concerns about reducing accuracy and range, experts said. Yet newer technologies have reduced the weight, and changes to weapon design and barrel length have mitigated some of the concerns, Scales said. Some suppressors, depending on the weapon and caliber it is paired with, weigh less than 2 pounds and measure 6 inches with a less than a 2-inch diameter. Some concerns persist, especially the increased maintenance and the service life of suppressors. With current suppressors costing about $700 each, getting more rounds and years out of them is crucial at a time of tight military budgets. Walker estimated some suppressors are only good for 1,500 to 2,000 rounds. Walker and Wade both noted that there is increased fouling, or carbon buildup, in weapons fired with suppressors due to how the device vents gases back into the weapon. The blowback also pushes lubricant or gun oil at the shooter. They've called the AR-15 M4 platform a self-cleaning weapon, Wade said. It'll clean itself off on your face. The current suppressor being used by Wade's Marines is the Knight's Armament QDSS-NT4 suppressor, but Marine Corps Systems Command is reviewing more soft-hyphed and advanced suppressor technology known as flow-through, and is expected to make a selection soon, Wade said. Wade said some companies that sell the new technology claim that it reduces weapons fouling and increases service life exponentially over current technologies. But Wade cautioned that only further testing will reveal if that claim is accurate. To address concerns among infantry Marines, Wade recently produced a 3-minute video posted on YouTube titled Gunner Fact or Fiction. The video shows Wade firing a suppressed and unsuppressed M4 through a device measuring the speed of the round. Wade said in the video that he had received questions from Marines who were worried that a suppressor would reduce accuracy and speed. The video displays the speed of the rounds in both configurations, and, on average, the suppressed weapons rounds were faster than the unsuppressed. The gunner stressed that only the use of subsonic ammunition, lower-powered ammo that is quieter when paired with a suppressor, would reduce penetration or lethality. Marines firing the suppressed weapons are using normal, supersonic ammunition and still achieving sound suppression, Wade said. In May, Wade started machine gun suppression testing, using off-the-shelf suppressors among the 3 test rifle squads. He expects experimentation to run until November and will continue to have the existing suppressors used by new units as they rotate through deployments so he can monitor service life. Equipping an entire battalion would cost approximately $700,000 with soft-and current suppressor prices, Wade said. But those are not hard and fast numbers, Wade said. We don't know yet if we want everybody in that battalion to have a suppressor, Wade said. And the testing period that Wade is conducting is just that, a testing period. Decisions about permanently fielding suppressors to Marines will be made at a much higher level. Those will also include when to incorporate the soft- technology into a Marine's training timeline. Overall, Wade said he's seeing soft- increased accuracy among suppressed shooters. The increases are for 2 soft- reasons, he said. The first is due to physics, and the second is human behavior. The gas flow of a suppressor back into the weapon reduces barrel whip soft- and the mnemonics, or how much the barrel moves when fired. And with reduced recoil and noise, Wade said, Marines are less distracted and able to concentrate more when aiming and firing. The weapon is easy to shoot, Wade said. Having the capability is a soft- no-brainer. The Army has been testing suppressors at the squad level as far back as 2006, Walker said. They've concluded there are some benefits, and drawbacks, to suppressed weapons. The benefits of suppression for individual carbines and semi-automatic rifles has been proven, he said. But the new territory, both in the equipment and tactics, is suppressing machine guns. Crew-served weapons managers and engineers at Picatinny Arsenal in New Jersey this year solicited vendors for machine gun suppressors for 7.62mm weapons and currently are testing submissions. The Army's Research, Development and Engineering Center also has come up with suppressor designs for machine guns in the past year and a half, said Tom Walsh, product manager engineer for crew-served weapons. These items and data being gathered by Wade are feeding into the larger Joint Service Small Arms program, which will help top leaders determine the future of small arms for each of the military branches, officials said. The engineers with Ardkin Soft- and Picatinny have worked on suppressors